Well, Mike Abomeshwari continues with us, and we appreciate that. Ray Jacobs joining us in here, no stranger to the Rod Pedersen Show. How you doing, Jake?
Very well. How are you doing, Rod?
100%. You have recovered from the Alumni All-Star Celebrity Football game sufficiently?
Absolutely. It was good. It was good to go out and spread my wings and to loosen up and see where I was. And, yeah, it was a good outing. It was good to run around, and, yeah, I feel good. Well,
Abu played in the game, too, and we had a good crowd. How did it feel to play in front of a crowd again and chase a quarterback? Did you have as much fun as it looked like you were having?
Of course I did. Even if I was out there just playing by myself, I would. But no, that atmosphere, it was like it brought back memories. It was just good. I mean, for a guy like me, and I'm sure Abu could contest to this, is that we start to play football for a reason, and it's not for the money. And the thing is that you have to get to a certain point in your career where you're good enough where they want to pay you. And with all that love, and then it's gone, when you get it back, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
You cradle it. So.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you had as much fun.
Well, I mean, the game was just like any other All-Star game, right? It's all fun, and then I'm gonna let them run a little bit, and they're gonna let me do this, and then when it comes down to the green zone or the red zone or the end of the game or the end of the quarter, you start seeing guys like there's 5 or 6 plays that we're all sore from, and they all happen at the very competitive, the plays that matter, and that's what I think you're talking about. You can't recreate that with the kids in the backyard or even a flag football game, because some of those guys or girls on the flag football team, they're not dogs trying to eat, or weren't hungry dogs at one point. That it's easy to kind of bring that back. And
Jake knows exactly what you're saying. You're looking at me like,
there's no governor. I mean, that's the thing. That's how you can tell a good football player. 1, they're always on the feet. 2, they're always around the ball. And 3, they never stop moving. And if you're a coach, you instill that into these people, into these players, until it's an involuntary reaction, which basically means it's just like getting up, grabbing your coffee, grabbing your smoke, if you smoke, doing your hair, washing your face. It's an on switch and it's an off switch. There is no throttle.
Now, I felt terrible. On Labor Day Classic morning, we did our first ever pregame show from the Great Western Stage. These two were on the stage with me. And Jake said to me after, he's like, you killed me with the CFL questions. And I felt terrible. I'm like, I guess I should have asked NFL, Jake. I apologize. Yeah. So I won't ask you your thoughts on BC beating Ottawa 29-5 the other night. The question, you didn't watch it either, Abu, but the question would be, was BC that good or was Ottawa that bad? The answer would be, Ottawa was that bad. But crooked hats off to the Lions and Devon Claybrooks. Some are saying this show might be the good luck charm for the Lions.
That was me that said that. I said that.
Was that you that said that?
Not some. One said it.
There was at least 2. We might be the good luck charm for the BC Lions right here. But Jake, being the NFL alum that he is, will get into the NFL talk. And I don't know if you're a fantasy guy or not. I am not. I prefer to live in reality, not fantasy, unlike the rest of these guys. But Rachel Tassoni writes in and she says, can you ask the insider who I should pick up? Andy Dalton or Jimmy Garoppolo? I had Big Ben. So fantasy advice, I don't know where you stand on that, Jake. Have you seen what San Francisco's doing? It's got to be Jimmy Garoppolo, does it not?
I think that's
am I catching you with a bad question?
Well, I don't do fantasy football.
Me either. Yeah, so maybe I'll leave that for a boo.
Yeah, that was like your question the other day. Hey, last night there was a game while you were playing in that game. What did you think of that game that you didn't see?
So you can't have an answer?
Don't do fantasy, but what do you think about fantasy?
So you take it.
So what I would do is I think that's a perfect opportunity to get both of those players and just take it week by week, see what the matchups are, because Dalton, Garoppolo doesn't,
I'm with
Mike
Jake.
Smith.
I apologize.
Pick whoever you can and play it week by week.
I didn't even know you could pick up 2 quarterbacks, so I would say I'm shocked that nobody has Jimmy Garoppolo or that he's even available given what the 49ers are doing.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.